You're watching News 10 ABC at 9 a.m.
Welcome back, everyone. Love is in fact in the air, and Valentine's Day definitely makes you want to just curl up with a feel-good book, right? So today, I'm joined now by UAlbany professor Stephanie Affinito to talk about her top recommendations. Stephanie, thanks for coming back.
Oh, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
I love joining the Stephanies together.
I do too.
So let's start with, I think at the top of mind for everyone is improving their relationships, whether it is a romantic relationship, you're married, or maybe even the relationships with your family. Where can we start?
Yes, well, I think we should start with a brand new book that just came out about primarily romantic love from New York Times best-selling monk turned life coach and author Jay Shetty. It's called The 8 Rules of Love, and it blends together ancient wisdom with new science to give us a fresh new look on the actionable steps we can take to love ourselves, to love our partners, and to love the world too.
What I liked about, I haven't read the book yet, but I'm really excited to do it, is that you just mentioned it, action steps. Like
Yes.
This is a lesson on being a person that loves well.
Yes.
And we don't always think about it that way when we think about relationships. Like, we really love in my household the 5 love languages, but
Yes.
I think too, the idea of starting with fixing what's inward is the most important thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And he talked too about spending some time alone, which I thought was interesting.
Yes. Solitude.
Solitude. As a monk, I'm sure he knows that well.
Yes.
Now, as we're talking about looking inward, do you have something to help people maybe just get better acquainted with ourselves and love ourselves more?
I sure do, and as author Wade Rouse reminds us, you can't spell novel without love. So it's a fiction book for you today, and it's called 30 Things I Love About Myself by
Nice.
Radhika Sangani. In it we meet Nina, who has hit rock bottom, lost her fiance, her job, her home, ends up in jail on the eve of her 30th birthday. She vows to spend the next year finding 30 things she loves about herself in an attempt to turn things around, and this book is about that journey. Also has a little romantic love in there, maybe a few sections that readers might blush a bit too.
Okay. Well, some good warnings there at least.
Yes, yes.
You know, even that book title though, I think even in the past like 5 years or 10 years, this whole movement of self-love, it's revolutionary.
Yes.
I mean, it's so hard to talk about what we like about ourselves, but to read someone else doing it when they're at the hardest point in their life, that's gotta be inspiring.
It is. It's a very inspiring book and a lot of fun.
And two, finally, I know that you have something that you're throwing in that's a little bit more on the fun side of things.
Yes,
so what is that book, Stephanie?
So this book I have a little unexpected, and it
Okay.
helps shine some love on an often underloved aspect of our life, which is the laundry.
Oh my goodness, okay,
So-
a chore.
Yes, so Patrick Richardson truly believes that if you can change your relationship with laundry, you can change your entire life. And this book is full of surprisingly useful tips, but a whole lot of story, a whole lot of fun. It's a book about love you didn't think your life needed.
I have a couple questions about this. So he's become kind of a superstar in his
has.
own right. He has a show now on Amazon Prime. I mean, how can we be filling a whole book with laundry advice? Is that all it's about, or?
It is laundry advice, it's life advice, it's part memoir, it's part comedy, it's a little bit of everything wrapped up into this tiny little book.
What's interesting too is if we can find joy in the very simplest of tasks in our everyday life, that's really important too. So maybe it's a kickstart of that, I'm hoping.
It absolutely is. It's a delight.
Did you learn to get out any stains when you read it, Stephanie?
I did, shockingly. I may not always apply that learning, but I
Sure.
know how when the time comes.
Hey, that can save people a lot of money too,
Yes.
so I love that. Thank you so much for coming in today, Stephanie. Appreciate it.
Happy to, thank you.
Happy Valentine's Day, by the way.
You too.